Welcome, curious minds, to The Deep Dive. Today we're embarking on a fascinating journey, unearthing an unsung hero of the berry world.
Hmm.
This is a fruit so exquisitely delicate that it practically disappears if not quickly preserved, yet it holds a flavor complexity so profound it can transform into, believe it or not, 22 distinct culinary masterpieces.
That's quite a claim.
It is. We're talking about the boysenberry.
Indeed. A truly remarkable fruit. It's often overlooked, I think, but it has this rich, maybe somewhat mysterious history.
Right.
And its inherent fragility, like you just highlighted.
Yeah.
That's precisely what makes mastering its preservation not just, valuable, but truly essential, especially for anyone wishing to experience its full potential beyond that really fleeting harvest.
Absolutely. And that's really our mission for this deep dive. We're not just scratching the surface here. We're going on a full-fledged instructional and tutorial quest.
Quest. I like it.
Yeah. Our goal is to equip you with foundational knowledge about this remarkable berry, and then, maybe more importantly, to guide you step by step through mastering its preservation. We'll dive into its surprising origins, its unique characteristics, and then embark on this extensive exploration of 22 distinct boysenberry preserve techniques.
Wow, 22. That's comprehensive.
Consider this your shortcut, maybe, to becoming truly well-informed and creatively capable in your kitchen.
Think of it as unlocking a new level of culinary skill. And for our sources, we'll be drawing foundational insights from an in-depth Wikipedia entry on the boysenberry. That's for its compelling history and botanical details.
Okay.
Then we'll unlock the extensive culinary wisdom from a specialized boysenberry anime preserve quest collection for our detailed tutorial on preservation techniques.
An anime preserve quest? Okay.
Quite something. We'll also briefly touch upon the broader philosophy of fruit preservation, as highlighted in the Shrimp Boat Spread M, just to provide a more, holistic view.
I'm really looking forward to guiding you through this material, highlighting the most surprising facts and engaging stories that pop up from these sources.
And I'll be here to connect the dots, offer critical insights into why these techniques actually work, from a culinary science perspective, and really ensure you grasp every detail for ultimate mastery in your own kitchen.
Fantastic. Let's start at the very beginning then with the enigmatic boysenberry itself. So to begin, what exactly is a boysenberry? It's much more than just a simple berry, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Far more complex than many people realize. What's truly fascinating here, I think, is that the boysenberry is a marvel of horticultural genetics, a highly complex crossbreed.
Okay.
It's not simply a hybrid of two fruits, but a unique genetic combination derived from 4 distinct berries.
4.
Yes,
Yeah.
4. We're talking about the European raspberry, that's Rubus idaeus,
Yeah.
the European blackberry, Rubus fruticosus, the American dewberry, Rubus aboriginum, and the loganberry, which itself is a hybrid, Rubus esologanobaccus.
That's quite a family tree.
It really is. This intricate genetic blend is precisely what gives the boysenberry its distinctive character and that complex flavor profile.
Yeah.
And, when we talk about its scientific classification belonging to the Rubus genus, it tells us it's related to all these other well-known bramble fruits.
Right, like raspberries, blackberries.
Exactly. Sharing some characteristics, but ultimately standing out because of this really unique heritage.
4 berries in one. That certainly explains its depth. Now, if someone were to encounter a boysenberry fresh from the vine, what would they actually see, feel, and taste?
Good question. Visually, it grows on low, trailing plants. That detail is quite distinct from the upright canes you see on some other berries.
Okay, so lower to the ground.
Right. Physically, it presents as a large aggregate fruit. When it's fully mature, it boasts this deep, rich maroon color, almost a dark, purplish-red jewel. Really beautiful. Each individual fruit typically weighs around 8 grams, or about 0.28 ounces, and you'll notice it contains rather large, noticeable seeds. That's a characteristic feature.
And the texture and flavor. I've heard they're incredibly delicate, which is, I guess, why we're even having this conversation about preservation.
They are indeed. The fruits are renowned for the remarkably soft texture and incredibly thin skins. It contributes to a truly delightful mouthfeel. Their flavor profile is a sophisticated balance, really, of sweet and tart, often described as richer and more complex than your typical raspberry or blackberry.
But that delicacy is the catch.
That's the catch, exactly. This very delicacy is its primary challenge. Mature boysenberries leak juice very easily just upon handling. And they can begin to decay within just a few days of harvest, even under, ideal conditions.
Wow. Days.
Yes.
Yeah.
This inherent fragility, this really short window of perfection, is precisely why mastering the preservation techniques we'll explore today is not just valuable, but absolutely necessary if you wish to enjoy their exquisite flavor beyond a fleeting local season.
A berry with such a complex genetic makeup and delicate nature must have an equally intriguing origin story. It seems it's shrouded in a bit of mystery, leading to quite an adventure for those who sought it out.
It truly is. The exact origins, surprisingly, are somewhat unclear,
Yeah.
especially when you compare it to other commercially developed fruits.
Really?
Yeah. However, the most definite records tracing the plant, as we know it today, lead back to a grower named Rudolf Boysen. He had obtained the initial dewberry-loganberry parent material from the farm of a man named John Lubbock. That was a crucial early step in its development.
Okay, so Rudolf Boysen is the starting point, more or less. How did this unique plant go from his personal experiments to becoming a fruit known to wider cultivation? Even if it was brief, what was the catalyst?
This is where the story gets really compelling. In the late 1920s, a prominent figure named George M. Darrow. He was a leading horticulturist with the United States Department of Agriculture, the USDA.
Okay, a big name.
Right. He became captivated by what he was hearing. There were these scattered reports of an unusually large reddish-purple berry being cultivated on Boysen's farm down in Anaheim, California. Darrow, recognizing the potential significance of such a fruit, began actively tracking it down. He was determined to find it and study it.
So he was on a genuine quest for this legendary berry, almost like searching for a horticultural needle in a haystack.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And Darrow understood the challenge. He knew he needed assistance, so he sought the help of Walter Knott.
That Knott.
That Knott, yes. Another farmer from Buena Park, California, who was exceptionally well regarded as a berry expert in the region.
Okay.
Although Knott candidly admitted he had never even heard of this specific new berry.
Really? Even the berry expert?
Even the expert. But he was intrigued enough by Darrow's description and its potential that he agreed to assist in the search.
And what did they find when they eventually tracked down Rudolf Boysen's old property? Was it just a thriving patch of these amazing berries waiting for them?
Quite the opposite, actually.
Oh.
Darrow and Knott soon discovered that Rudolf Boysen had, in fact, abandoned his growing experiments years prior. He'd even sold his farm.
Oh, no.
But, undeterred by this setback, they diligently located Boysen's old farm, which by then was largely neglected. And amidst a field choked with weeds, almost lost to nature, they miraculously found several frail vines surviving.
Wow. Just hanging on.
Just hanging on. It was truly a discovery from the brink of extinction, really a testament to the boysenberry's tenacity and, of course, Darrow and Knott's perseverance.
That's an incredible stroke of luck and a lot of dedication. What happened next? How did they bring these almost lost vines back to, fruit-bearing health?
Well, with immense care, they successfully transplanted these few surviving vines to Knott's own farm in Buena Park.
Okay.
And there, Walter Knott, leveraging his profound expertise and dedication as a berry specialist, meticulously nurtured them back to fruit-bearing health. It was really his patient intervention, his green thumb, you could say, that ultimately saved the boysenberry from disappearing entirely.
And that's how this once-lost berry finally became known to the world. And, I guess, launched an entire culinary enterprise.
Exactly. Walter Knott was the first to commercially cultivate the berry in Southern California, which, considering its delicate nature, was an impressive feat in itself.
Yeah, definitely.
He began selling the fresh berries at his farm stand in 1932. And when curious customers inquired about their name, Knott, in a nice gesture of honor to their original, if fleeting, grower, christened them Boysenberries.
Makes sense.
And what's truly remarkable, something many people don't realize, is the broader impact this fruit had. Knott's Berry Farm.
The theme park.
Yes, the now world-famous amusement park actually originated from Walter Knott's family's small restaurant and pie business.
No way.
Yes, this business grew exponentially around the incredible popularity of this new berry. It highlights the profound and, frankly, unexpected impact the boysenberry had on a single family and eventually an entire community.
That's an incredible origin story, almost like a heroic tale of rediscovery. But the phrase you used, rise and fall, suggests that even after Walter Knott's dedicated efforts, the boysenberry's journey wasn't exactly smooth sailing. It sounds like its popularity had its own dramatic arc.
It's true. The boysenberry experienced a significant and impressive peak in popularity quite rapidly, actually. By 1940, California alone dedicated 599 acres that's about 242 hectares, to boysenberry cultivation.
Wow.
Despite a slight dip in agricultural focus during World War II, its acreage actually peaked again in the 1950s, reaching approximately 2,400 acres or 970 hectares.
That's huge.
It was huge. At this point, boysenberry crops even exceeded those of the previously more common raspberries and blackberries.
Yeah.
It became a major player in the berry market for a time.
That's a massive shift in agricultural focus in such a short period. So what happened? What factors led to its subsequent decline from such a prominent position?
Well, its reign as a dominant berry, unfortunately, was relatively short-lived. By the 1960s, the boysenberry began to fall out of widespread commercial favor. And this was due to a combination of several significant factors.
Okay.
Firstly, it was notoriously difficult to cultivate efficiently on a large scale. It required more labor, more specialized care than other berries, which naturally discouraged many commercial farmers looking for, efficiency.
Right. The bottom line.
Exactly. Secondly, it proved to be particularly susceptible to various fungal diseases, especially in coastal growing areas where high humidity provided ideal conditions for pathogens. That led to significant crop losses.
And its famous fragility, which we've discussed, that must have been a major commercial hurdle as well.
Absolutely, a critical factor. Its soft and delicate nature, while contributing to its unique culinary appeal, made it far too prone to bruising and damage during harvesting, packing, and especially shipping.
Yeah, you can imagine.
This fragility severely limited its market reach and shelf life, making it less viable for distant markets. And lastly, it had a comparatively short season of availability, particularly when you contrast it with newer, more robust rubus cultivars that were emerging at the time.
Competition.
Right. These new varieties were often hardier, more disease-resistant, and had longer, more predictable growing seasons. That made them far more attractive to commercial growers focused on efficiency and widespread distribution.
So it almost faded into obscurity again. Is it still cultivated today, or has it become a real rarity?
Thankfully, it's experienced a significant comeback, though with a geographical shift. There was a notable push for revival in the 1980s, primarily driven by dedicated breeding efforts in New Zealand, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Horticulturists there successfully combined boysenberry cultivars and germplasm from California with Scottish sources, leading to the creation of 5 new thornless varieties.
Thornless. That's a big deal for harvesting.
A huge deal. This innovation was a game changer, addressing some of the cultivation difficulties. As a result, by 2016, New Zealand had become the world's largest producer and exporter of boysenberries. It showcases a dramatic global shift in its primary cultivation region.
That's a true comeback story. It really demonstrates how focused agricultural science can revive a declining crop. So if someone is looking for fresh boysenberries today, say here in the U.S., where are they most likely to find them?
Well, as of the early 2000s, fresh boysenberries are generally only grown for local markets by smaller California farmers. You'll find them sold primarily through local farm stands and farmers markets, often directly from the grower.
So very local, very seasonal.
Exactly. The vast majority of commercially grown boysenberries today, especially those coming out of Oregon, are processed into other products.
Ah, like the jams and things.
Right. Popular items like jams, pies, juices, syrups, and ice cream. This commercial reality really underlines why preservation remains so vital for this fruit. It's how most people actually experience its exquisite, complex flavor year-round, despite its fresh market rarity. Hashtag 1.4 exploring modern boysenberry varieties.
It's fascinating how a fruit can have such a dynamic history, almost like its own narrative arc. Are there any new chapters being written for the boysenberry, like through modern breeding efforts to tackle those historical challenges?
There are, yes. And these developments are quite important for the future of the fruit. Since about 2007, a hybrid variety known as the Newberry, or sometimes Ruby Boysen, has been developed.
Newberry, okay.
This particular variety specifically aims to overcome the cultivation challenges, things like disease susceptibility and that delicate handling that led to the original boysenberry's decline. It's currently marketed through farm markets and select retailers, primarily in California, with the hope of bringing fresh boysenberries back to a wider audience, but with improved resilience.
That sounds incredibly promising for enthusiasts of the fresh berry. Are there other notable boysenberry-related hybrids or varieties that have emerged, maybe internationally?
Yes, there's also the Sylvanberry, which is another interesting hybrid. This one was specifically crossed with the Marionberry.
Oh, another well-known berry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's predominantly grown in Australia. While boysenberries themselves are this complex hybrid, Sylvanberries are classed more broadly under the blackberry family, and they share many common blackberry characteristics.
Like what?
Well, they're long-living perennials, typically thriving for 15 to 20 years. They're hardy, cold-tolerant, relatively easy to grow, and productive spreaders. This combination of traits makes them a much more robust and, frankly, sustainable option for cultivation, addressing many of the boysenberry's historical fragilities.
So a more resilient cousin, you could say. And finally, any potential confusions we should be aware of. There are so many similar-sounding berry names out there.
That's a great point, yeah, for clarity. It's important not to confuse the nectar cultivar of boysenberry with the nectarberry, Rubus articus.
Okay, nectar versus nectarberry.
Right. They sound similar, but Rubus articus is an entirely distinct plant. The nectarberry is a different species, native to Arctic swamps, and has very different characteristics and growing requirements. So while the names might sound alike, they are genetically and geographically very different fruits. It's a distinction worth making.
That's a crucial clarification. Okay, with all this comprehensive background from its complex lineage to its dramatic history and its, well, delicate nature, we now truly understand why the boysenberry is so special. And perhaps more importantly, why mastering its preservation is not just a culinary art, but really a practical necessity. All right, now that we've journeyed through the boysenberry's enigmatic history and thoroughly understood its unique nature, we are ready for the main event.
Do it.
It's time to embark on our comprehensive boysenberry preserve quest. This section is dedicated to unlocking the fruit's true culinary potential, transforming your kitchen into a detailed instructional dojo where you'll learn 22 specific preservation techniques. This is where the instructional and tutorial focus truly shines.
Prepare yourself. Each recipe here offers a distinct flavor profile and specific preparation methods. We'll guide you through every detail for ultimate mastery, and we'll delve into the culinary science behind why these pairings and methods work, going beyond just the steps to the fundamental principles.
Fantastic.
Let's jump straight into some detailed breakdowns of these unique techniques.
First up, let's explore the unlikely alliance, combining boysenberries with roasted daikon radish in an akar. That sounds like a fascinating East meets West fusion.
It absolutely is, and it's a brilliant demonstration of flavor synergy. So for this recipe, you'll need 2 cups of boysenberries, 2 cups of daikon radish, you'll want that roasted in cube, 3 tablespoons of avocado oil, 2 tablespoons of nigella seeds.
Nigella seeds, okay.
Yeah. Then 1 tablespoon of brown mustard seeds, 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder, about a 1-inch piece of ginger, julienne, 2 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of coconut sugar, and then some shichimi togarashi to taste.
Okay, those are our core ingredients. How do we transform them into this intriguing alliance? Walk us through the preparation steps.
Okay, this combination truly begins with a transformative step for the daikon. First, you'll roast daikon chunks at 450 degrees Apford until they caramelize and become tender.
High heat.
Yeah, high heat. This process typically takes about 40 minutes, and it's crucial for developing a hidden sweetness and softening the radish's texture.
Right, raw daikon can be pretty sharp.
Exactly. Next, in a separate pan, heat the avocado oil until it shimmers. Add the nigella seeds first. They'll gently pop and release their aromatic kind of oniony notes.
Okay.
Then introduce the turmeric, which gives it that vibrant golden color and earthy aroma, along with the julienne ginger, providing a fresh, spicy warmth. Then gently fold the boysenberries and the roasted daikon together into this spice-infused oil. The vibrant purple berries against the softened white radish create this really striking visual contrast.
Sounds beautiful.
It is. Finally, allow this mixture to marinate overnight. This overnight rest is essential for the flavors to fully integrate and mellow. It lets the sweet, tart, and spicy notes truly harmonize.
That sounds like a carefully choreographed process. From a culinary science perspective, why does this unlikely alliance succeed so brilliantly? What's happening on a flavor level?
Well, what's truly insightful here is the complementary chemical interplay. The boysenberry's complex sweet-tart profile, rich in malic and citric acids, effectively neutralizes and balances the daikon's naturally pungent sulfur compounds. Those are responsible for its sharp, sometimes peppery bite.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, the Maillard reaction and caramelization that happen during roasting transform the daikon's complex carbs into simpler, more palatable sugars. This enhances its intrinsic sweetness and contributes this foundational depth that beautifully counterpoints the berry's acidity.
So roasting is key.
Roasting is absolutely key. Then the spices nigella, mustard, turmeric, ginger introduce layers of earthy, pungent, and warming aromatics, creating a robust and incredibly balanced flavor profile that's far more than the sum of its parts. It's a prime example of how contrasting elements can achieve perfect culinary harmony.
And for serving suggestions, how can listeners best enjoy this unique preserve?
Oh, you can serve this achar with Korean BBQ when you're hosting dinner parties. It provides a vibrant, tangy, and slightly spicy counterpoint to rich meats.
Nice.
Alternatively, it pairs beautifully with grilled tofu, adding a, well, protagonist-level intensity and complex flavor dimension to vegetarian meals. Its versatility truly shines.
Next, let's delve into the umami awakening with boysenberry miso glazed eggplant chutney. This sounds incredibly rich and profoundly flavorful.
It is. It combines that savory depth with fruity brightness in a really remarkable way. For this Sensei's secret recipe, you'll gather 2 cups of boysenberries, 2 Japanese eggplants grilled and chunked, 2 tablespoons of white miso,
White miso, got it.
0.3 tablespoons of mirin, 2 tablespoons of sake, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, 1 minced green onion, and maybe a garnish of bonito flakes if you like.
These ingredients are a journey in themselves. How do we achieve this flavor awakening sequence?
This chutney is all about layering complex flavors. First, you'll slice the eggplants and grill them until they have beautiful char marks and are tender. That usually takes about 15 minutes.
Okay.
This grilling not only cooks the eggplant, but also imbues it with a crucial smokiness and slightly bitter char that adds depth.
Great, that grilled flavor.
Exactly. Then the miso paste is our secret weapon for umami here. Whisk the white miso with mirin, that's the sweet rice wine and sake Japanese rice wine, until the mixture is smooth and fully emulsified. This creates a glossy, savory glaze. Then, gently fold the grilled eggplant chunks with the boysenberries into the miso mixture. The boysenberry's tartness will provide a necessary cut through the eggplant's richness, while the miso adds that mysterious fifth taste, umami,
Right.
making this combination legendary. A touch of brown sugar and sesame oil further rounds out the flavor profile.
Okay, from a culinary perspective, what makes this umami awakening work so well?
While the boysenberry's natural acidity, primarily malic acid, expertly balances the inherent saltiness and savory depth of the miso. Miso, rich in glutamates from fermented soybeans, delivers that profound umami.
Gotcha.
The eggplant, grilled to develop smoky notes and a creamy texture, acts as a perfect vehicle. It absorbs and harmoniously carries both the fruit's bright tang and the miso's complex savoriness. The mirin adds sweetness and sheen, while sake contributes subtle alcoholic notes that enhance aromatic complexity. It allows all these disparate elements to merge into a single, cohesive, and deeply satisfying flavor profile.
And for masterclass applications, how should listeners serve this unique chutney?
You could serve this over soba noodles for meals that transport people to another realm of flavor. It offers a hearty yet nuanced dish.
Oh, that sounds good.
Alternatively, use it as a glaze for grilled fish or chicken when you need dishes that achieve ultimate flavor fusion. It adds an unexpected but delightful twist to familiar proteins.
The cozy slice of life compote sounds like pure comfort, a warm and inviting flavor profile.
This one truly is. It embodies warmth and subtle sweetness. Your heartwarming episode ingredients include 2 cups of boysenberries, 2 cups of kabocha squash, roasted and cubed.
Kabocha, okay, that's sweet winter squash.
Exactly. Then 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, 1 tablespoon of yuzu juice, that fragrant Japanese citrus, 1 teaspoon of fresh ginger, grated, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cardamom, and just a pinch of sea salt.
Tell us about the comfort character development for preparing this compote.
You'll begin by roasting the kabocha squash until it's incredibly tender and creamy.
Yeah.
That usually takes about 45 minutes at a medium-high temperature. This slow roasting process is crucial for coaxing out its natural sweetness and developing a soft, almost melt-in-your-mouth texture. Once roasted, gently warm the boysenberries with the maple syrup, cinnamon, and cardamom in a saucepan. Allow the berries to just begin releasing their juices, maintaining their shape while infusing with the spices.
Don't want them to turn to mush.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The yuzu juice is then stirred in. Its bright aromatic citrus note provides a crucial lift, preventing the compote from becoming overly heavy or, cloyingly sweet. This combination creates an incredibly comforting preserve that balances earthy sweetness with delicate fruitiness. Reminiscent of an autumn harvest, really.
Why does this comforting compote work so effectively from a flavor standpoint?
Well, both boysenberry and kabocha squash share natural sweetness, but their nuanced contributions are key. Kabocha provides a foundational earthy sweetness and a creamy, starchy texture when cooked, which beautifully complements the boysenberry's bright, complex, sweet tartness.
Right, different kinds of sweetness.
Precisely. The warm spices, cinnamon and cardamom, enhance the intrinsic warmth of both ingredients, creating a cohesive aromatic profile. And the yuzu's sharp acidity and floral notes cut through the richness, acting as a crucial balancing agent that brightens the compote and prevents flavor fatigue. It's a masterful blend of textures and aromatics for true comfort.
And for comfort food applications, how can listeners best enjoy this?
Oh, spoon this generously over Greek yogurt for breakfast that feel like a warm, wholesome hug to start your day.
Nice idea.
Alternatively, serve it alongside roasted pork or chicken when you want a dinner that creates lasting, comforting memories with a touch of unexpected elegance.
Now for the mysterious power of boysenberry shiitake confit. This sounds incredibly intriguing, blending fruit with a savory mushroom.
It certainly is. It offers a rich, umami-driven preserve with just a hint of fruit. For this hidden boss ingredients list, you'll need 2 cups of boysenberries, 1 cup of shiitake mushrooms, stemmed and halved, 3/4 cup of olive oil.
Olive oil, okay.
Zero point 0.3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 smashed garlic cloves, 2 sprigs of fresh thyme, 1 bay leaf, and 1 teaspoon of black peppercorns.
What's the secret technique reveal for preparing this confit?
This technique relies on slow, gentle cooking. You'll begin by heating the olive oil to precisely 200 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 93 degrees here.
Low temp.
Very low. This low temperature is critical for confit, ensuring slow infusion without actually frying. Add the shiitake mushrooms, smashed garlic cloves, fresh thyme sprigs, bay leaf, and black peppercorns to the oil. The goal here is for the mushrooms to slowly absorb the oil while developing an incredible umami depth and a tender texture.
How long does that take?
This process takes about 60 minutes, so patience is key. It allows the flavors to truly meld and deepen. Then gently fold in the boysenberries for the final 15 minutes of cooking.
Add the berries late.
Right, they should warm through and soften slightly without completely breaking apart. This creates a mysterious preserve where the fruit's bright notes and the fungi's savory richness achieve perfect harmony. The soy sauce is added towards the end to further enhance the umami.
That's a truly unique combination of fruit and fungus. Why does this mystery work so well together on a culinary level?
Well, this pairing is really an exploration of umami and fruit acids. Shiitake mushrooms are renowned for their profound earthy umami derived from guanylate acid. This wonderfully complements the boysenberry's complex berry flavor, particularly its inherent tartness.
Okay.
The slow oil cooking process, the confit, is crucial here because it preserves the integrity of both ingredients. It allows the fat-soluble flavor compounds from the herbs and spices to infuse the oil, which then permeates the mushrooms, enhancing their savoriness without drawing them out.
Right.
And the fruit's acidity cuts through the richness of the oil and mushroom, providing a vibrant contrast and preventing the confit from being too heavy. It creates a surprising but incredibly cohesive taste experience.
And for hidden power applications, how should this confit be served?
Serve this confit on grilled crusty bread for appetizers that reveal unexpected depths of flavor and sophistication.
Bruschetta style.
Exactly. Or toss it with pasta, maybe with a touch of fresh Parmesan, when you need dishes that surprise and delight even experienced food critics with their unique savory-sweet balance.
From mysterious power, we turn to the unlikely protagonist with boysenberry pickled burdock conserve. This sounds like a truly innovative pairing. Burdock root.
It's an excellent example of how unexpected ingredients can create culinary triumphs. For your underdog story ingredients, gather 1½ cups of boysenberries, 1 cup of pickled burdock root that's gobo sliced.
You can buy that pickled.
Yes, usually available in Asian markets. Then 1/4 cup of dried persimmons, chopped, 3 tablespoons of black sesame seeds, toasted, 2 tablespoons of the pickled juice from the burdock.
Use the brine.
Right. 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar, and ½ teaspoon of wasabi powder.
Okay, how does this character growth arc unfold in the kitchen?
This conserve is all about contrasting textures and flavors. Pickled burdock root, or gobo, might seem an odd choice for a conserve at first, but its earthy, slightly bitter crunch offers a remarkable textural and flavor contrast to the boysenberry's soft sweetness.
Interesting texture difference.
Exactly. Begin by toasting the black sesame seeds until they are fragrant. This unlocks their rich, nutty aroma. The chopped dried persimmons add a chewy sweetness and a subtle caramel note. Then combine the boysenberries, pickled burdock, dried persimmons, toasted black sesame, the burdock pickle juice, honey, rice vinegar, and wasabi powder.
Just a hint of wasabi.
Just a hint. The wasabi powder should be added subtly enough to provide a gentle sinus-clearing heat that makes people pay attention, but without overwhelming the other delicate flavors. Allow the mixture to meld, preferably for a few hours, so the flavors can fully integrate.
Why does this underdog conserve win so spectacularly? What's the secret to its success?
The success lies in the multifaceted sensory experience it offers. Pickled burdocks' firm, slightly fibrous, and distinctly earthy texture creates a fascinating counterpoint to the boysenberry's soft, jammy consistency.
Right, that crunch again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Its pickling brine, the pickle juice and rice vinegar, provides a crucial, acidic, tangy backbone that amplifies the boysenberry's inherent tartness and brightens the overall profile. Black sesame seeds contribute a rich, toasty, and slightly bitter depth, while dried persimmons add concentrated, complex sweetness and chewiness. And that subtle wasabi warmth stimulates the palate without overpowering. Each bite is an exploration of sweet, sour, earthy, and spicy. It's a masterclass in textural and flavor contrast.
And for victory formation applications, how should this conserve be presented and enjoyed?
Serve this conserve with sushi-grade tuna or seared scallops for presentations that might shock with their sophistication and unexpected flavor combinations.
Ooh, fancy.
Or pair it simply with rice crackers or sharp-aged cheddar for snacks that become conversation starters, demonstrating your advanced culinary palate.
A citrus sunder curd. I'm intrigued by the personality this one implies, a bit tart maybe, but with a sweet heart underneath.
That's precisely the dynamic we're aiming for. Initially sharp, then revealing incredible sweetness and complexity. For this complicated romance ingredients list, you'll need 1 cup of boysenberry puree, strained.
Strained smooth.
Yes, very smooth. Then 3 tablespoons of yuzu juice, 4 egg yolks, a broad cup of sugar, 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1 tablespoon of yuzu zest, and just a pinch of salt.
Okay, how do we achieve the emotional development sequence for this curd?
This curd, much like a complex character, has layers. First, ensure your boysenberry puree is strained until it's perfectly smooth. Clarity of flavor and texture is key here.
Got it.
In a heat-proof bowl, whisk the egg yolks with sugar until the mixture is pale and creamy. Then, combine the strained boysenberry puree, yuzu juice, and yuzu zest. The yuzu provides that bright, intensely aromatic citrus bite that might seem to initially compete with the boysenberry, but they ultimately create this harmonious blend. More beautiful than any romantic subplot, perhaps.
Okay.
Cook this mixture over a double boiler, whisking constantly until it thickens enough to coat the back of a spoon. This constant, gentle cooking is essential to prevent the eggs from scrambling.
Right, classic curd technique.
Exactly. Finally, remove from heat and whisk in the cold, unsalted butter 1 piece at a time until it's fully incorporated and the curd is glossy and smooth.
From a flavor chemistry perspective, why does this romance between boysenberry and yuzu work so beautifully in a preserve?
Well, yuzu's intensely aromatic and bright acidity, primarily from citric and malic acids, enhances and amplifies boysenberry's inherent fruit complexity. The yuzu zest contributes highly volatile essential oils, providing a profound citrus aroma that lifts the entire profile.
That zest.
Yes. The egg yolks, through the process of emulsification and thickening, create a luxurious, silken texture. This acts as an ideal medium, carrying both the sharp citrus and the rich berry flavor smoothly across the palate. And the butter provides richness and mouthfeel, ensuring the flavors meld rather than clash. It results in a perfectly balanced, sophisticated curd that is both vibrant and decadent.
And for love story applications, how should this exquisite curd be enjoyed?
Oh, use this to fill tart shells for elegant desserts that promise a happy ending.
Perfect.
Or spread it generously on warm scones for an afternoon tea that feels like a truly romantic and sophisticated culinary confession scene. It's also divine swirled into plain yogurt or as a topping for cheesecakes.
The Dark Arts Master with boysenberry black sesame dulce sounds like a truly powerful and intriguing combination, almost like a forbidden technique.
It is. It explores deep, rich, and unexpected flavors. For your forbidden technique ingredients, gather 2 cups of boysenberry puree, 1 can of full-fat coconut milk, about 13.5 ounces or 400 milliliters.
Full fat, noted.
Yes. Then ½ cup of black sesame paste, that's tahini, made from black sesame, 3/4 cup of palm sugar, 2 tablespoons of dark rum, 1 teaspoon of vanilla paste, and ½ teaspoon of ground star anise.
Okay, how do we initiate the power corruption arc for this dulce?
This process is about developing layers of richness. Begin by slowly cooking the coconut milk with the palm sugar in a heavy-bottomed pot. Stir frequently until the sugar dissolves and the mixture gently reduces and thickens, starting to turn a light golden caramel color.
How long does that take?
That typically takes about 55 minutes. It's a crucial step for building a deep, complex sweetness. Then, gradually whisk in the black sesame paste until it's fully incorporated. This creates an incredible nutty richness and a striking dark hue that is almost sinful in its intensity.
Wow.
Next, add the boysenberry puree, dark rum, vanilla paste, and ground star anise. Continue cooking, stirring regularly until the mixture thickens to a consistency that coats the back of a spoon, like liquid obsidian. The star anise adds a mysterious warm depth, while the rum provides an aromatic warmth that builds. It creates a truly unique and decadent dulce.
What makes these dark arts work so effectively from a culinary standpoint?
Well, the black sesame paste, with its high oil content and roasted intensity, provides a profound, nutty, earthy richness and a slight bitterness that beautifully amplifies the boysenberry's dark fruit complexity. Black sesame is also rich in antioxidants, contributing to that dark color and deep flavor. Coconut milk offers a creamy, luscious base. Its healthy fats provide a velvety mouthfeel that carries and melds both the intense fruit and sesame flavors, preventing either from becoming overwhelming. Palm sugar, with its caramel notes, contributes a less cloying, more complex sweetness than refined white sugar. And the dark rum and star anise add layers of warm spice and aromatic depth, creating a sophisticated and profoundly satisfying flavor experience that really lingers on the palate.
And for forbidden applications, how should listeners enjoy this unique dolce?
Drizzle this over vanilla ice cream for desserts that are dangerously addictive. It combines that creamy coldness with rich, warm, complex flavors. Alternatively, spread it generously on toast or brioche when you need breakfast that feels like casting a luxurious spell, elevating a simple morning meal into something truly extraordinary.
Now, the fermentation master with boysenberry napa cabbage kimchi ferment. This sounds like a true test of culinary skill and patience, blending a delicate berry with a traditional fermented staple, kimchi with berries.
It is, and an incredibly rewarding one. It really pushes the boundaries of traditional kimchi. For these ancient technique ingredients, you'll need 3 cups of boysenberries, 2 cups of chopped napa cabbage, 3 tablespoons of Korean chili flakes, that's gochugaru,
Gochugaru. Okay.
a smoky, vibrant red pepper flake widely used in Korean cooking, then 2 tablespoons of fish sauce, 1 tablespoon of minced fresh ginger, 4 minced garlic cloves, 2 tablespoons of sea salt, and 1 sliced green onion.
Tell us about the cultivation arc for preparing this unique ferment.
This ferment is like training under a master who has perfected ancient techniques over centuries. First, you'll prepare the napa cabbage by salting the chopped leaves for about 2 hours.
Standard kimchi prep.
Exactly. This dries out excess water, softens the cabbage, and begins the crucial breakdown of cell walls. After salting, rinse the cabbage thoroughly to remove excess salt, then drain it well. This creates the perfect foundation for the fermentation magic.
Right.
Next, in a large bowl, mix the prepared cabbage with the whole boysenberries, the gochugaru, minced ginger, minced garlic, fish sauce, and sliced green onion. Pack the mixture very firmly into a clean fermentation vessel, pressing down to remove air pockets and ensure the liquid covers the solids.
Crucial step.
Very crucial. The boysenberries play a dual important role here. They provide natural sugars, fructose, glucose, to feed the beneficial lactic acid bacteria, which are essential for fermentation.
Ah, food for the microbes.
Precisely. While also adding a unique fruity complexity and vibrant color that transforms traditional kimchi into something quite unprecedented. Allow the mixture to ferment at cool room temperature around 65-70 degrees areas or 18-21 degrees C for 5-7 days, or until it reaches your desired level of tanginess and effervescence. At the end of this period, you will have achieved fermentation enlightenment.
Huh. That's fascinating how the boysenberries contribute both flavor and metabolic fuel for the bacteria. Why does this fermentation mastery work so well, both in terms of flavor and preservation?
Well, the boysenberry's natural sugars are absolutely essential. They are the primary food source, the substrate for the lactobacillus and other beneficial bacteria responsible for lactic acid fermentation. As these bacteria metabolize the sugars, they produce lactic acid, which drops the pH.
Creating the sourness.
Exactly. Creating the characteristic tangy flavor of kimchi and acting as a natural preservative that inhibits spoilage organisms. The boysenberry's inherent acidity further contributes to this acidic environment. Their complex fruit flavor and bright acidity also beautifully complement the pungent, spicy, and tangy fermentation notes of the cabbage, resulting in a probiotic-rich preserve with remarkable complexity and a surprisingly harmonious balance.
And the other ingredients.
Right, the gochugaru adds not just heat, but also a sweet, earthy depth. And the ginger and garlic provide essential aromatic and antimicrobial compounds that all work together to create a truly unique and healthful ferment.
And for master-level applications, how can listeners best utilize this inventive kimchi?
Serve this ferment as a dynamic side dish that will revolutionize your Korean BBQ night. It offers a sweet, spicy, tangy counterpoint to rich meats.
Great idea.
Alternatively, enjoy it straight from the jar for gut health, where its impressive balance of nutrition, probiotics, and intense flavor shines as a powerful functional food. It's also delicious as a topping for rice bowls or mixed into savory pancakes.
The training montage with boysenberry sweet potato leather sounds like a delicious way to build strength and a fantastic snack. Fruit leather, but with a twist.
It truly is a power-up sequence in edible form. Your power-up sequence ingredients include 3 cups of boysenberry puree, 1 cup of roasted sweet potato pureed.
Roasted first.
Yes, roasted. Then 2 tablespoons of agave nectar, 1 tablespoon of lime juice, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, half teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Just a touch.
How do we execute the endurance building for creating this leather?
You'll start by roasting sweet potatoes until they are incredibly tender and caramelized. That takes about 50 minutes at a medium-high temperature. This step is crucial for developing their natural sweetness and softening them for easy pureeing.
Okay.
Once roasted, puree them until perfectly smooth. Mix this sweet potato puree with the boysenberry puree, agave nectar, lime juice, ground ginger, cinnamon, and cayenne pepper. The combination creates this incredible purple-orange marbled effect, visually appealing, like a training ground at sunset.
Nice visual.
The cayenne adds just enough subtle heat to keep things interesting and provide a gentle metabolic kick without overwhelming the natural sweetness. Spread this mixture thinly and evenly onto dehydrator sheets lined with parchment paper or silicone mats.
Needs a dehydrator then.
Ideally, yes. Dehydrate at 135 degrees FF, 57 degrees AVA, for 16-20 hours, or until the leather is flexible, pliable, and no longer sticky, much like a ninja's perfectly controlled movements.
Huh. Why does this training method work so effectively, both for flavor and nutritional density?
This technique cleverly leverages the intrinsic properties of both ingredients. Sweet potatoes' natural sweetness, complex carbohydrates, and high beta-carotene content, a precursor to vitamin A, provide a foundational, sustained energy source. It also contributes a smooth, earthy body to the leather.
Right.
Boysenberry's tartness, high pectin content, and vibrant flavor provide a necessary acidic balance and a fruity brightness, preventing the leather from being cloyingly sweet. The pectin in the boysenberries also aids in the texture, contributing to that pliable, rollable quality.
Makes sense.
Dehydration concentrates these flavors and nutrients, creating a shelf-stable, fiber-dense, and highly functional snack. The spices ginger, cinnamon, and cayenne add warmth, a gentle kick, and further enhance the metabolic benefits. It makes it a truly functional and tasty treat.
And for power-up applications, what are the best ways to enjoy this leather?
Pack this for hiking adventures, long runs, or just as a convenient desk snack when you need sustained fuel that actually tastes good and provides real nutritional value.
Perfect for on the go.
Exactly. Alternatively, cut it into fun shapes for kids' snacks, making healthy eating feel like playful indulgence.
The fusion technique of boysenberry tahini butter promises an ultimate combination of unexpected flavors. Tahini and boysenberry.
It absolutely delivers on that promise.
Yeah.
It creates a rich, complex, and utterly unique spread. For these ultimate combination ingredients, you'll need 3 cups of boysenberries, 3 tablespoons of tahini.
Regular tahini.
Yes, regular tahini. Then 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of orange zest, half teaspoon of ground cardamom, and a pinch of sea salt.
Tell us about the fusion dance involved in preparing this unique butter.
This technique requires patience to allow the flavors to deepen and meld. You'll cook the boysenberries slowly over low heat until they break down and reduce to an intensely concentrated essence.
How long are we talking?
This process can take 4 to 5 hours. It's the kind of patient training that separates masters from novices in developing profound flavor depth.
Wow. Okay. Commitment.
Definitely. Once reduced, carefully press the boysenberry mixture through a fine mesh sieve to remove seeds, yielding a smooth, intensely flavored puree. Then, whisk in the tahini gradually until it creates this incredible nutty, fruity combination.
That's intriguing.
It's a pairing that shouldn't work on paper, but absolutely does on the palate. The tahini's rich, savory sesame flavor beautifully balances the boysenberry's tartness and fruitiness. Add the brown sugar, lemon juice, orange zest, ground cardamom, and sea salt, stirring until fully incorporated. The cardamom adds an exotic, warm complexity that elevates the entire profile. This fusion technique creates something entirely new while respecting and enhancing both original elements.
From a flavor perspective, why does this fusion technique succeed so spectacularly?
Well, tahini, made from ground sesame seeds, offers a distinct, nutty, earthy, and slightly bitter richness derived from its healthy fats and sesamal compounds. This richness beautifully balances and grounds the boysenberry's bright acidity and complex fruit esters, preventing the food from tasting overly sweet or sharp.
Okay, the richness balances the tartness.
Right. What's more, both boysenberry and tahini, despite their apparent differences, share a subtle Middle Eastern and Mediterranean flavor compatibility, which is key to their harmonious fusion.
Interesting point.
The lemon juice brightens the flavors, while orange zest adds an aromatic lift through its essential oils. Cardamom provides a warm, citrusy, and slightly floral spice note that ties these diverse elements together, resulting in a smooth, deeply flavored, and incredibly versatile butter.
And for combo applications, how can listeners best enjoy this unique fusion spread?
Spread this on warm naan bread for appetizers that deliciously bridge cultures, offering a unique twist on a familiar flatbread. Alternatively, swirl it into vanilla ice cream or serve alongside a rich chocolate cake when you want desserts that achieve perfect flavor fusion, adding an unexpected depth and sophistication.
The crystal formation with boysenberry agar paste sounds like a delicate and precise technique, suggesting clarity and intense flavor, almost like a firm jelly.
It absolutely requires extreme precision, much like purifying and shaping precious elements. And yes, it's firmer than a typical jelly. Your crystallization technique ingredients are 4 cups of boysenberry puree, half cup of sugar, 4 tablespoons of agar powder.
Agar, the seaweed gelling agent.
Exactly. A plant-based gelling agent derived from seaweed creates a firm, clear set. Then 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of rose water, and half teaspoon of vanilla extract.
How do we approach the purification process to create this crystal clear paste?
This technique focuses on clarity and intensity. First, reduce the boysenberry puree over medium heat until it's concentrated, intensifying its flavor to a pure essence. This reduction process, taking about 50 minutes, ensures maximum flavor in crystalline form. Once concentrated, remove from heat. In a separate small bowl, whisk the agar powder with a small amount of cold water or a portion of the boysenberry puree to create a slurry. This prevents lumps.
Smart tip.
Then, gradually whisk this agar slurry into the hot, concentrated boysenberry mixture, ensuring the agar powder is completely dissolved. Add the sugar, lemon juice, rose water, and vanilla extract, stirring until the sugar is dissolved. The rose water should be subtle, adding a delicate floral complexity without overwhelming the boysenberry's natural perfection.
Right, don't want it tasting like soap.
Exactly. Pour the hot mixture into precise molds or a shallow dish and let it set at room temperature or in the refrigerator until firm enough to slice cleanly. This paste truly has the clarity, vibrant color, and intense flavor of a perfectly cut gem.
What makes this crystal technique work so uniquely, yielding such a distinct texture and flavor compared to, say, a pectin jelly?
Well, agar-agar, derived from red algae, is a powerful gelling agent that creates a unique, firm, and brittle texture. It's distinct from the softer, more yielding set of pectin-based jams. Its strength allows for clean slicing and a clear, almost glassy appearance.
Ah, that's the key difference.
Yes, boysenberry's natural acidity, from malic and citric acids and its own pectin content, though not solely responsible for the said here, actually enhance the gelling action of agar and contribute to the fruit's bright flavor. The concentration process intensifies the berry's complex volatile compounds, locking in its peak flavor. The rose water and vanilla add aromatic layers that elevate the fruit without obscuring its essence. It results in a sliceable paste with incredibly intense, pure fruit flavor and a striking visual appeal, distinct from traditional jams or jellies.
And for crystal formation applications, how should this distinctive paste be presented?
Cut this into elegant geometric shapes for cheese boards. It transforms them into edible art installations that surprise and delight guests with their texture and flavor.
Very chic.
Alternatively, serve with dark chocolate or as a sophisticated garnish for desserts when presentation matters as much as the exquisite taste. It offers a sophisticated contrast to rich, creamy elements.
The Balanced Warrior with boysenberry ponzu sauce sounds like a master of harmony, blending traditional Japanese flavors with our starberry. Ponzu with boysenberry.
It aims for exactly that, a perfect, nuanced balance of flavors. For these harmony technique ingredients, you'll need 2 cups of boysenberry puree, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of yuzu juice.
Yuzu again. Versatile.
Very. Then 1 tablespoon of mirin, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar, 1 teaspoon of grated fresh ginger, 1 minced green onion, and maybe a sprinkle of bonito flakes. That's the thinly shaved, dried, smoked skipjack tuna provides savory umami depth, especially in Japanese cuisine.
Okay, how do we achieve the perfect balance in preparing this unique ponzu sauce?
This sauce strives for the kind of perfect balance that culinary artists spend lifetimes trying to master. Begin by gently reducing the boysenberry puree over low heat until it concentrates, but doesn't lose its vibrant, bright character. That takes about 20 minutes.
Shorter reduction this time.
Yes, just intensifying the fruit flavor slightly. While the puree is still warm, gradually whisk in the soy sauce, yuzu juice, mirin, and rice vinegar. The umami from the soy sauce should enhance, not dominate, the fruit's natural complexity and tartness.
Finding that balance.
Exactly. Add the fresh grated ginger and minced green onion for aromatic freshness and a subtle spicy kick. The bonito flakes, if using, are often stirred in briefly and then strained out, or used as a garnish for an extra layer of savory depth. The result is a sauce that beautifully bridges traditional Japanese techniques with the vibrant essence of a Western fruit, creating something that belongs in both culinary traditions with perfect harmony.
Why is this balance so effective, and what scientific principles are at play in this fusion?
Well, the boysenberry's distinct sweet tart profile, rich in fruit acids and sugars, provides an excellent counterbalance to the traditional savory, salty, and umami notes of ponzu. Ponzu typically features soy sauce, umami, salt, citrus acidity, aromatics, and mirin, sweetness, body.
Right, the classic components.
The boysenberry seamlessly integrates into this profile, adding a unique fruity depth and a delicate floral aroma that enhances rather than competes with the classic flavors. The fruit acids provide a crucial brightness that cuts through the richness of other ingredients, while the sugars round out the sharp edges of the vinegar and soy. Ginger and green onion contribute volatile aromatics that elevate the freshness. This creates a more complex, multi-dimensional ponzu that's both familiar and excitingly new.
And for warrior applications, how can listeners best utilize this balanced sauce?
Drizzle this over grilled salmon or seared tuna for dinners that achieve perfect umami balance and a bright, fruity finish.
Sounds delicious.
Alternatively, use it as a sophisticated dipping sauce for gyoza, dumplings, or spring rolls when you want familiar flavors with an unexpected, vibrant, and incredibly delicious twist, demonstrating true culinary prowess.
The Zen Master with boysenberry matcha gel. That sounds like a journey of inner peace for the palate, a quiet contemplation of flavors, matcha and boysenberry.
Indeed, a true meditation in culinary form. For your meditation ingredients, you'll need 2 cups of boysenberry juice, clarified.
Clarified juice, okay. How?
You can strain it very finely, maybe through cheesecloth, or use a natural clarifying agent like pectinase, though straining usually works fine. Then, 2 tablespoons of ceremonial-grade matcha, 3 tablespoons of agar powder, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of lime juice.
How do we begin the enlightenment process for creating this serene gel?
This process requires careful attention to detail. First, whisk the ceremonial-grade matcha with a small amount of hot water not boiling until it forms a smooth, vibrant green paste free of any lumps.
Like making matcha for tea.
Exactly. This step is crucial for achieving a uniform flavor and color, much like seeking inner peace. Next, heat the clarified boysenberry juice in a saucepan. Clarifying the juice ensures a pristine, translucent gel.
Right. Clarity is key here.
Yes. While the juice is heating, whisk the agar powder with a small amount of cold juice to create a slurry, then add it to the hot boysenberry juice, ensuring the agar is completely dissolved. Stir in the sugar and lime juice until dissolved. Finally, whisk in the prepared matcha paste. The color transformation is captivating. The deep purple juice merges with the vibrant green matcha to create this incredible purple-green hue.
Wow.
That is more beautiful than a perfectly manicured temple garden. Pour the mixture into meditation bowl shapes or shallow molds and allow it to set in the refrigerator until firm and translucent.
What culinary principles make this Zen combination work so uniquely and harmoniously?
This combination works because the exquisite balance between matcha's unique characteristics and boysenberry's profile. Matcha, with its earthy, slightly bitter, and profound umami notes derived from L-theanine and catechins, provides a sophisticated counterpoint to the boysenberry's natural sweetness and bright acidity.
Okay.
Agar, as our gelling agent, creates that unique, firm, yet delicate gel texture that melts cleanly in the mouth, allowing the layered flavors to unfold elegantly. The boysenberry's clarity of flavor and vivid color shine through, while lime juice adds a final, refreshing acidic lift that brightens the entire composition. This gel isn't just a dessert. It's a sensory experience that combines invigorating freshness with deep, contemplative flavors, truly achieving a memorable flavor meditation.
And for enlightenment applications, how can listeners best incorporate this unique gel into their culinary repertoire?
Serve this as an elegant palate cleanser between courses during a sophisticated dinner. It channels the precision and thoughtfulness of a traditional tea ceremony.
Nice.
Alternatively, use it as a unique dessert component, perhaps alongside a delicate shortbread or coconut cream, when you want to surprise people with unexpected and harmonious flavor combinations that offer a moment of culinary tranquility.
The herb specialist with boysenberry shiso jam. That sounds like a unique botanical mastery, bringing an intriguing herbal note to a classic preserve. Shiso, that interesting Japanese herb.
It absolutely is. It showcases how a carefully chosen herb can transform a familiar jam into something extraordinary. For your botanical mastery ingredients, gather 2 cups of boysenberries, 1 packet of fresh shiso leaves, chopped.
Fresh shiso.
Yes, fresh. Then ½ cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 packet of natural pectin, and 1 teaspoon of lemon zest.
How do we achieve the herbal awakening in preparing this distinctive jam?
Shiso, often described as having notes of mint, basil, cumin, and anise, is like that mysterious character who seems ordinary until they reveal incredible hidden abilities.
Yeah.
You'll start by cooking the boysenberries with sugar and lemon juice over medium heat, gently mashing them to release their juices. Stir in the pectin and lemon zest and bring the mixture to a rolling boil. Then cook until it reaches the setting point for jam, typically 218–220 degrees AFR or 103–104 degrees EPN. This process ensures proper gel formation.
Standard jam making so far?
Right. The finely chopped, fresh shiso leaves are then stirred in during the very last minutes of cooking.
Timing is key.
Timing is crucial. We want their unique, herbal, fresh, and slightly spicy complexity to shine without being cooked into submission or losing their vibrant green color. This combination creates a jam that tastes both familiar and completely unique, offering a refreshing and unexpected herbal lift to the rich berry.
From a culinary science perspective, why does this specialty jam work so well? What is shiso bringing to the boysenberry?
Well, shiso's complex flavor profile, rich in volatile compounds like perolaldehyde and rosmarinic acid, provides a unique herbal minty basil character that complements and enhances boysenberry's fruit esters without overwhelming it. The fresh herb introduces a cooling, slightly peppery note that balances the sweetness of the jam and the boysenberry's tartness, adding a layer of sophisticated aromatic complexity. Boysenberries naturally contain pectin, and the added pectin ensures a proper set for the jam. The lemon juice provides essential acidity, which is crucial for both activating pectin's gelling properties and brightening the overall flavor. And that late addition of shiso preserves its delicate aroma and vibrant character, making this a sophisticated jam that truly stands apart from basic fruit preserves.
And for specialist applications, how can listeners best enjoy this botanical masterpiece?
Spread this exquisite jam on rice crackers, perhaps with a dollop of creme fraiche, for snacks that beautifully showcase Japanese Western flavor fusion.
Interesting pairing.
Alternatively, use it as a vibrant filling for pastries, tarts, or thumbprint cookies when you want desserts with a distinctive aromatic character that will impress with its subtle complexity.
The cooling technique with boysenberry cucumber jelly sounds incredibly refreshing, a perfect contrast to some of the richer preserves we've discussed. Cucumber jelly.
It's a true culinary jujutsu for refreshment. It offers a delicate and invigorating experience. Your refreshing jutsu ingredients include 2½ cups of strained cucumber juice, 1½ cups of strained boysenberry juice.
Strained juices again.
Yes. Then ½ cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of rice vinegar, 1 packet of premium pectin, a few sprigs of fresh mint leaves, and ½ teaspoon of sea salt.
How do we initiate the cooling transformation for this unique jelly?
This jelly is all about crystal clear flavors and refreshing lightness. You'll begin by extracting crystal clear juices from both cucumber and boysenberry. This often involves blending the fresh produce and then carefully straining it through a fine mesh sieve or cheesecloth to remove all solids. The cucumber juice provides a clean, watery, and incredibly refreshing base, while the boysenberry juice adds just enough complex fruitiness and vibrant color to make this interesting rather than bland. Combine the strained juices, sugar, rice vinegar, and salt in a saucepan. Heat the mixture gently, stirring until the sugar is completely dissolved.
Right.
Once simmering, whisk in the pectin, ensuring it's fully incorporated to prevent lumps. Bring to a rolling boil for 1 minute to activate the pectin. The fresh mint leaves can be steeped in the hot jelly mixture for a few minutes before straining them out, or maybe added as a garnish later. Pour the hot jelly into sterilized jars and seal. We want a jelly that's clear as mountain spring water, but with mysterious purple-green depths and an invigorating coolness.
What makes this cooling technique so effective from a flavor and textural perspective?
Cucumber's clean, almost watery freshness, primarily due to its high water content and subtle, grassy, volatile compounds, acts as a perfect canvas. It allows the boysenberry's subtle, complex berry flavor and tartness to add interest without overwhelming the refreshing qualities.
So the cucumber doesn't dominate.
Not at all. The boysenberry also contributes natural pectin and acidity, which are crucial for the jelly set and for balancing the sweetness. Rice vinegar and salt enhance the flavors, providing a slight tang and rounding out the profile. The use of premium pectin ensures a delicate yet firm set, creating a jelly that is beautifully translucent and smooth. The resulting jelly is a balanced and invigorating preserve, delivering a burst of cool fruitiness with a sophisticated edge. It's incredibly unique and refreshing.
And for cooling applications, how can listeners best enjoy this innovative jelly?
Serve this with spicy foods when you need something delicate and refreshing to calm the heat. It offers a wonderful palate cleanser.
Great idea for balance.
Or spread it on crisp crackers with a dollop of creamy goat cheese for appetizers that both refresh and intrigue, demonstrating a mastery of contrasting flavors and textures. It's also delightful swirled into sparkling water for a custom beverage.
The Spice Master with boysenberry ginger marmalade sounds like it has a warming kick, a delightful blend of fruit and heat, like a classic orange marmalade, but different.
It's all about controlled aromatic heat that enhances the fruit's natural brightness.
Yeah, similar structure to orange marmalade. For your heat control technique ingredients, you'll need 2 cups of boysenberries, 2 large oranges segmented with finely julienned peel.
The peel is key for marmalade.
Absolutely. Then 1 cup of sugar, about 3 inches of fresh ginger, julienned, a cup of water, and 1 tablespoon of minced crystallized ginger.
2 kinds of ginger.
Yes, 2 kinds. How do we unleash the warming mastery in preparing this marmalade? This marmalade is a masterclass in layering citrus and spice. First, meticulously slice the orange peel into thin julienne strips. Precision is key here, like perfect blade work.
Right.
Soak the peel overnight in fresh water, changing the water once or twice. This reduces bitterness and helps soften the peel, developing its complexity. The fresh ginger also gets julienned into perfect matchsticks. We want texture and heat that builds gradually.
In a heavy-bottomed pot, combine the soaked orange peel with sugar and 1/4 cup water. Cook gently until the peel is translucent and tender, absorbing the sugar syrup. Then, gently fold in the boysenberries, orange segments, the fresh julienne ginger, and the minced crystallized ginger. Cook, stirring occasionally until the mixture reaches the desired marmalade consistency and setting point around 220 degrees F104 degrees C. The crystallized ginger adds concentrated bursts of heat and chewiness, while the fresh ginger provides a consistent warming background. This marmalade has a sophisticated heat that perfectly complements the fruit.
Why does this heat technique work so well, and how do the ginger and citrus interact with the boysenberry?
Well, ginger, with its pungent and warming compounds like gingerol and shogale, enhances boysenberry's complexity by adding a spicy counterpoint that awakens the palate. The citrus, particularly the orange peel, provides the traditional marmalade structure. Its high pectin content, especially in the pith, aids in setting the preserve.
Right, pectin from the orange.
Exactly. While its essential oils contribute a bright, zesty aroma that marries beautifully with the berry and spice, the boysenberry itself brings its sweet tart fruitiness and vibrant color. And that combination of fresh and crystallized ginger offers a dual ginger experience. Fresh ginger delivers a more raw, aromatic heat, while crystallized ginger provides a sweeter, more intense, and slightly chewy burst of flavor. This creates a cohesive and bright marmalade where the warmth of ginger amplifies and balances the fruit, creating a multi-layered taste experience.
And for Spice Master applications, how can listeners best savor this vibrant marmalade?
Spread this generously on buttery croissants or brioche for breakfasts that truly wake up the senses, offering both sweetness and a gentle warming kick.
Sounds perfect.
Alternatively, serve it with aged cheeses, such as a sharp cheddar or a creamy brie, when you want flavor combinations that tell complete sophisticated stories on your cheese board.
The secret weapon with boysenberry wasabi mostarda sounds like a surprising attack on the taste buds, a truly bold and unexpected combination, wasabi, in a fruit preserve.
It is indeed a delightful and sophisticated surprise. For these hidden blade ingredients, gather 2 cups of boysenberries, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of rice wine vinegar, 1 tablespoon of real wasabi paste.
Real wasabi, not the green horseradish stuff.
Crucial difference.
Yeah.
Made from authentic Wasabi japonica rhizome for its distinct clean heat. Then 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard seeds, 1 teaspoon of mustard powder, and 2 minced shiso leaves.
Shiso again. Okay, how do we execute the surprise attack in preparing this mostarda?
This mostarda is like a secret technique passed down through generations of preserve masters, balancing sweet, spicy, and tangy. Begin by creating a syrup. Combine the sugar and rice wine vinegar in a saucepan and heat until the sugar dissolves.
Simple syrup base.
Right. Then add the yellow mustard seeds and mustard powder. These provide a traditional mostarda foundation with their pungent, earthy notes. Simmer gently until the mustard seeds soften slightly and the syrup thickens. Critically, the wasabi, as you noted, should be real wasabi paste. We want that clean, sinus-clearing heat that builds gradually and without harshness. Remove the syrup from the heat, then carefully fold in the boysenberries and wasabi paste. Be gentle to help the boysenberries maintain their shape while absorbing the sweet, sharp, spicy syrup. Finally, stir in the minced shiso leaves for an aromatic, herbaceous lift. The result is a sophisticated preserve with a surprising heat that will delight even experienced palates.
From a flavor perspective, why does this weapon work so effectively, creating such a unique profile?
Wasabi's clean, volatile heat, derived from isothiocyanates, provides an exhilarating counterpoint to boysenberry's complex sweetness and tartness. Unlike many chilies, wasabi's heat is sharp and immediate, dissipating quickly and stimulating the nasal passages rather than leaving a lingering burn on the tongue.
Ah, that distinct wasabi heat.
Exactly. This dynamic interaction makes it incredibly effective as a condiment. Mustard seeds add textural interest and a traditional mostarda character with their pungent, peppery compounds. The rice wine vinegar provides essential acidity that brightens the flavors and helps preserve the fruit. And the subtle addition of shiso leaves introduces a fresh, herbaceous, and slightly anise-like note that ties the bold flavors together. This multi-layered experience showcases a sophisticated interplay of sweet, sour, spicy, and aromatic elements.
And for secret applications, how can listeners best deploy this surprising mostarda?
Serve this with sashimi-grade fish like tuna or hamachi when you want fusion cuisine that respects both culinary traditions, offering a delicate yet impactful condiment.
Ooh, nice.
Alternatively, pair it with aged beef, pork tenderloin, or even roasted root vegetables when you need condiments that enhance and elevate the main dish rather than masking its natural flavors. It demonstrates true culinary daring.
The pure heart of boysenberry vanilla preserve sounds like a classic, unadulterated pleasure, a celebration of the berry itself. Back to basics, maybe.
Sometimes, the most powerful and enduring culinary technique is also the purest. It allows the inherent quality of the ingredients to shine. Your protagonist energy ingredients are 2 cups of large, perfectly ripe boysenberries.
Quality matters here.
Absolutely. Then a cup of sugar, 2 Madagascar vanilla beans, split and scraped.
Real beans, not extract.
Real beans are best for infusion here. Then 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of orange zest, and a pinch of sea salt.
How does the hero's journey unfold for preparing this preserve, ensuring its purity and depth?
This preserve focuses on gentle cooking to maintain fruit integrity. We'll begin by splitting the Madagascar vanilla beans lengthwise and meticulously scraping out every precious aromatic seed. These seeds, along with the scraped pods, will infuse the preserves with profound vanilla flavor.
Don't waste the pods.
Never waste the pods. Combine the boysenberries, sugar, lemon juice, orange zest, vanilla seeds, and vanilla pods in a heavy bottom pot. Cook the mixture gently over medium-low heat, stirring occasionally until the sugar dissolves and the berries begin to release their juices. Continue to simmer until the berries are tender but still largely whole. We want preserves that maintain fruit integrity while achieving a perfect balance of sweetness and tartness. The vanilla pod should remain in the pot throughout the cooking for maximum flavor extraction. The lemon juice provides crucial acidity for brightness and pectin activation, while the orange zest adds an aromatic lift. This preserve truly embodies the honest goodness and unadulterated flavor of a true culinary protagonist.
Why does this purity technique work so well, allowing both boysenberry and vanilla to shine?
The strength of this preserve lies in its simplicity and the quality of its components. Real Madagascar vanilla beans, rich in vanillin and hundreds of other aromatic compounds, provide a complex, warm, and sweet aroma that enhances boysenberry's natural berry notes without overpowering them. It creates a bridge between the fruit's tartness and sweetness. Boysenberries naturally contain a good amount of pectin and acidity, which, combined with the lemon juice, ensures a beautiful soft set for the preserves, while maintaining a traditional, spreadable texture. The gentle cooking method is crucial for preserving the delicate texture of the boysenberries and preventing them from becoming mushy. This approach celebrates the fruit itself, allowing the boysenberry's vibrant flavor to be the star, beautifully complemented by the subtle, comforting embrace of real vanilla.
And for hero applications, how can listeners best enjoy these quintessential preserves?
Serve these on warm, fluffy scones for an afternoon tea that feels like a peaceful interlude between grand adventures, offering simple elegance.
Classic pairing.
Alternatively, layer them in cakes, trifles, or parfait when you want desserts that make people believe in simple perfection, where the pure flavors speak for themselves, creating lasting, cherished memories.
The Power Awakening with Boysenberry coffee reduction sounds like a jolt of concentrated flavor, a truly bold and invigorating combination. Coffee and berries.
It's an ultimate form of flavor concentration, creating a complex and intense condiment. Your ultimate form ingredients include 4 cups of boysenberry juice, 1 cup of cold brew coffee.
Cold brew specifically.
Yes, cold brew tends to be smoother and less acidic, which works well here. Then 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, half teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and maybe a garnish of grated dark chocolate.
How do we initiate the transformation sequence for this powerful reduction?
This reduction is all about intensifying and melding deep flavors. You'll begin by reducing the boysenberry juice over medium-low heat until it's concentrated, thickening into a potent elixir.
How much reduction?
You want significant reduction, maybe by half or more. This can take about 80 minutes, as we want an essence that's stronger and more complex than any simple juice. While still warm, gradually add the cold brew coffee. The combination creates an incredible depth of flavor that is like unlocking hidden culinary potential. The coffee amplifies boysenberry's natural dark fruit notes while adding a roasted bitterness and complexity that builds with each taste.
Interesting synergy.
Stir in the brown sugar, vanilla extract, and ground cinnamon, ensuring everything is fully dissolved and incorporated. The brown sugar adds a deep, caramel-like sweetness, and vanilla and cinnamon provide warmth and aromatic layers. Finish with a sprinkle of grated dark chocolate, because some transformations deserve dramatic flair and a touch of extra richness.
From a culinary perspective, why does this power combination work so synergistically?
Well, coffee's inherent bitter notes and roasted aromatics, derived from compounds like chlorogenic acids and melanoidins, provide an excellent counterpoint and balance to boysenberry's natural sweetness and tartness. Both ingredients also share dark, intense flavor profiles. Boysenberries have deep, jammy notes, while coffee offers earthy, chocolatey, and sometimes fruity undertones.
Right, they both have that dark intensity.
Exactly. This synergy creates a profound effect, where the coffee amplifies the berry's depth and the berry adds a fruity brightness to the coffee's intensity. The reduction process concentrates these flavors, resulting in a complex, full-bodied condiment. Brown sugar contributes molasses notes that enhance the dark character, while vanilla and cinnamon add a comforting aromatic warmth that ties the bold flavors together seamlessly.
And for ultimate applications, how can listeners best utilize this potent reduction?
Drizzle this over vanilla bean ice cream or panna cotta for desserts that provide both energy and indulgence. It offers a sophisticated interplay of creamy, sweet, and intense flavors.
Sounds amazing.
Alternatively, spread it on toasted brioche or a hearty whole grain toast when you need a breakfast that truly powers you through any challenge, transforming a simple meal into a rich, invigorating experience.
The probiotic sage with boysenberry kombucha shrub sounds like a wise and healthful concoction, blending ancient fermentation with modern wellness. A drinking vinegar.
It is indeed an enlightened cultivation of flavors and beneficial compounds. And yes, a shrub is essentially a drinking vinegar. Your wisdom elixir ingredients are 2 cups of boysenberry puree, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of ginger-flavored kombucha.
Flavored kombucha?
Yes, ginger works well, but plain could work too. Then 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon balm, 1 tablespoon of lime zest, and 1 teaspoon of white peppercorns.
How do we achieve the enlightened cultivation for this probiotic shrub?
This shrub masterfully combines ancient fermentation wisdom with modern probiotic understanding. First, you'll macerate this, gently crushing and allowing to sit the boysenberry puree with sugar, and finally chop fresh lemon balm leaves. Let this mixture sit for 48 hours in the refrigerator.
2 days.
Yes. This step draws out the juices and flavors from the boysenberries and infuses them with the subtle citrusy minty notes of lemon balm. After maceration, strain the liquid from the solid, pressing firmly to extract all the flavored syrup. Then, combine this boysenberry lemon balm syrup with the ginger-flavored kombucha, lime zest, and white peppercorns. The existing probiotics and beneficial acids in the kombucha will kickstart and enhance the secondary fermentation. Transfer this mixture to a clean, airtight jar and allow it to age for a minimum of 2 weeks at cool room temperature.
Minimum 2 weeks.
Minimum. Longer is often better for deeper flavor development.
Yeah.
Periodically burp the jar to release built-up CO2. The boysenberries provide complex fruit sugars, which are metabolized by the kombucha's culture, the SKOBY, while the shrub method creates a drinking vinegar that's more sophisticated than any commercial probiotic and, frankly, tastier than any medicine should be.
Huh. Why does this wisdom combination work so effectively, both in terms of flavor and health benefits?
This shrub is a powerhouse of flavor and function. Kombucha, a fermented tea, provides a rich source of beneficial bacteria and yeast probiotics, as well as organic acids like acetic acid and gluconic acid, which are excellent for gut health. Its inherent tanginess beautifully complements boysenberry's complex fruit sugars and acidity. The boysenberry puree, rich in natural sugars, provides the essential substrate for the probiotic microorganisms in the kombucha to thrive during fermentation, further increasing the probiotic count. This fermentation process also transforms and enhances the fruit's flavor, adding layers of tartness and depth. Lemon balm contributes a subtle, soothing, lemony minty aroma, while lime zest provides vibrant essential oils and additional acidity. White peppercorns add a delicate floral heat. It results in an addictive, healthy elixir that balances nutrition with intense, nuanced flavor and promotes digestive well-being.
And for sage applications, how can listeners best incorporate this healthful shrub?
Mix this with sparkling water or plain seltzer for refreshing drinks that not only support digestive health, but also deliver complex, intriguing flavors without sacrificing taste.
Like a healthy soda alternative.
Exactly. Alternatively, use it in creative cocktails or mocktails when you want to demonstrate advanced fermentation knowledge and a sophisticated palate, adding a unique, tangy, and probiotic dimension to your beverages.
The morning ritual with boysenberry maple syrup sounds like a perfect start to any day. A truly comforting and familiar application for our berry, elevating classic syrup.
It's a dedication technique for daily practice, elevating a simple breakfast staple. Your daily practice ingredients include 3 cups of boysenberry juice, 3/4 cup of pure maple syrup.
Pure maple, not pancake syrup.
Absolutely pure maple syrup.
Yeah.
Then 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, ACV, 1 cinnamon stick, 3 whole cloves, and 1 teaspoon of cornstarch.
How do we achieve the dedication technique for preparing this infused syrup?
This syrup is about deep flavor infusion and perfect consistency. You'll begin by simmering the boysenberry juice with the whole cinnamon stick and whole cloves. Allow this mixture to reduce by half over medium-low heat.
Reduced by half.
Okay, this can take about 45 minutes. This slow reduction concentrates the boysenberry flavor and allows the spices to infuse deeply, making the syrup more aromatic than a temple garden in spring. Once reduced, remove the whole spices.
Got it.
Add the pure maple syrup. This adds a complexity and depth of flavor that refined sugar could never match, echoing the natural sweetness that comes from trees grown for decades. Stir in the apple cider vinegar, which provides a crucial tartness to brighten the flavors. In a small bowl, whisk the cornstarch with a tablespoon or 2 of cold boysenberry juice or water until smooth. That's your slurry.
To prevent lumps.
Right. Slowly whisk this slurry into the simmering boysenberry maple mixture and continue to cook, stirring constantly for just 1 to 2 minutes until it thickens to your desired consistency. This herb has the kind of authentic, complex flavor that makes every breakfast feel special and intentional.
Why does this ritual combination work so harmoniously from a culinary perspective?
Well, pure maple syrup, with its complex array of volatile compounds like vanillin, maple lactone, diacetyl, and its deep, earthy caramel notes, intrinsically enhances boysenberry's natural flavor profile. The boysenberry's sweet tartness provides a bright counterpoint to the rich, foundational sweetness of the maple.
Nice pairing.
The whole spices, cinnamon and cloves, introduce a comforting, warm, and slightly pungent aromatic layer that elevates both the berry and the maple, making mornings feel more ceremonial and comforting. Apple cider vinegar adds a subtle, fruity acidity that prevents the syrup from being overly sweet and brightens the overall flavor. And cornstarch acts as a thickening agent, providing a luxurious, pourable consistency that adheres beautifully to pancakes, waffles, or yogurt, ensuring every bite is rich in flavor and satisfying texture.
And for daily applications, how can listeners best incorporate this delightful syrup into their routines?
Pour this generously over pancakes, waffles, or French toast for breakfast that start days with intention, transforming a simple meal into a gourmet experience.
Definitely.
Alternatively, drizzle it over Greek yogurt, oatmeal, or even roasted root vegetables when you want healthy food that truly feels like a treat, adding a touch of sophisticated sweetness and spice.
And finally, the final technique, boysenberry basil vinegar. This must be the culmination of our preservation training, a true master's legacy project, making vinegar from scratch.
It truly represents the master's legacy in fermentation and flavor complexity. For these master's legacy ingredients, you'll need 4 cups of overripe boysenberries and their stems.
Using the stems too.
Yes, utilizing every part of the fruit, even the stems, like a master who wastes nothing. Then 6 cups of filtered water, 1 cup of raw honey, 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with mother.
Need the mother for this.
Yes, ACV with mother provides live cultures to kickstart fermentation. Then a large bunch of fresh Thai basil and 1 tablespoon of sea salt.
How do we unlock the ultimate mastery in preparing this sophisticated vinegar?
This vinegar is a long-term project that represents the culmination of all fermentation training. Begin by gently crushing the boysenberries, stems and all, in a large, clean glass jar. Add the filtered water, raw honey, sea salt, and the large bunch of fresh Thai basil leaves. Stir everything together thoroughly. Then, add the apple cider vinegar with mother. This provides the initial culture to kickstart the alcoholic fermentation. Cover the jar with a breathable cloth, like cheesecloth, and secure it with a rubber band. This allows air exchange, but prevents contaminants.
Right. Needs to breathe.
The initial fermentation will convert the sugars into alcohol, a process that typically takes about 7 days at room temperature. After this, the beneficial acetic acid bacteria, encouraged by the mother from the ACV, will begin to work their ancient magic, converting the alcohol into acetic acid. This secondary fermentation process is much slower and requires patience.
How slow are we talking?
Typically 12-16 weeks at a cool room temperature, maybe 65-75 degrees air or 18-24 degrees C.
Months.
Yes. The result is a vibrant, complex vinegar with a depth of flavor that truly rivals aged balsamic and unique herbal notes from the Thai basil that make every dish more interesting. Strain and bottle once fermentation is complete and it's reached your desired taste.
What makes this mastery technique so profound, both chemically and culinarily?
This technique showcases a profound interplay of microbiology and flavor transformation. The initial alcoholic fermentation, driven by natural yeasts on the fruit and aided by honey, creates an alcohol base. Subsequently, the acetic acid bacteria from the ACV mother convert this alcohol into acetic acid, the primary component of vinegar.
2-stage fermentation.
Exactly. Boysenberries contribute a rich array of fruit sugars for fermentation, along with their characteristic sweet tartness and vibrant color. Thai basil, with its distinct anise-like flavor due to compounds like anahol and estragol and peppery notes, enhances boysenberry's richness by adding a layer of aromatic complexity that is both herbaceous and slightly spicy. The extended fermentation period allows for the development of a wide range of organic acids, esters, and other volatile compounds, creating complex layers of flavor far beyond simple acidity. This amplifies both the fruit and herbal notes harmoniously, resulting in a truly profound, nuanced condiment that offers exceptional depth and character.
And for legacy applications, how can listeners utilize this truly unique master-level vinegar?
Use this in salad dressings that make simple greens taste remarkably gourmet, elevating everyday salads into a culinary experience.
Definitely.
Alternatively, add it sparingly to cocktails or shrubs when you want house-made ingredients that demonstrate true dedication to craft and a deep understanding of flavor, creating unique and sophisticated beverages that will impress with their complexity.
Wow. We've covered an incredible array of boysenberry preservation techniques, 22 of them. From sweet to savory, fermented to fresh, simple to incredibly complex. Now let's talk about how to truly achieve preservation mastery beyond just the recipes themselves. What are the fundamental principles and equipment that underpin success?
Indeed, because mastering this isn't just about following steps. To truly achieve preservation mastery, certain tools and practices are indispensable, much like a seasoned artisan needs their specialized gear and honed skills. First, let's talk about your dojo equipment for ultimate training.
Okay, what gear do we need?
You'll definitely want precision fermentation vessels. These aren't just decorative jars, they're specifically designed with airlocks. These allow fermentation gases, like CO2, to escape without letting airborne contaminants like unwanted molds or bacteria enter.
Ah, so that little bubbly thing on top is important.
Very important. This controlled environment is absolutely critical for cultivating beneficial bacteria and preventing spoilage in your ferments, like the kimchi or the vinegar. And for techniques like confit or syrups, a good heavy-bottom pot ensures even heat distribution, preventing scorching, which can ruin the flavor.
Makes sense. And for ensuring the clarity and quality of our end products, you mentioned straining a few times.
Absolutely. Fine mesh strainers are essential. Whether you're clarifying boysenberry juice for that beautiful cucumber jelly or removing solids from a shrub syrup, a truly fine mesh will achieve perfect clarity. That's a key aesthetic and textural element in many delicate techniques like our gels and clear jellies.
I imagine temperature control is paramount for many of these delicate processes as well, getting the jam to set, the confit just right.
It truly is. A reliable digital thermometer is crucial for precise temperature control. It really separates masters from novices in delicate cooking and preservation, achieving specific temperatures for sugar syrups to get the right set, for comfits to cook gently, or even for maintaining optimal fermentation environments ensures proper gelling, safe cooking, and the right microbial activity.
Okay. Anything else on the equipment front?
Yes, for any fermentation or pickling, pH testing strips are really important. They help ensure both safety and optimal flavor development. Monitoring pH helps confirm the acidity is low enough to inhibit harmful bacteria. That's a critical safety measure. And it also allows you to fine-tune the tanginess for peak flavor, knowing when your ferment is ready.
Good point.
And finally, don't overlook quality storage containers. Whether you're using proper canning jars with two-piece lids, airtight canisters for things like fruit leather, or maybe even vacuum sealable bags, good storage is vital to properly preserve your hard-earned mastery, extend shelf life, and maintain the quality of your creations over time. Hashtag 3.2, the way of safe preservation.
Okay, so we have the gear. Beyond the tools, what are the absolute fundamental rules, the way maybe, for safe and successful preservation? These seem crucial.
They are paramount. Mastery also involves an unwavering adherence to best practices for safety and quality. First and foremost, always sterilize all equipment.
Everything.
Everything. Jars, lids, rings, spoons, funnels, strainers, anything that will come into contact with your food. Like preparing sacred training grounds, all tools must be free of competing microbes that could lead to spoilage or worse, illness. Use boiling water, a dishwasher sanitize cycle, or a chemical sterilizing solution approved for food contact.
Got it. Sterilize. What's next?
Once you've created these wonderful preserves, you must always label everything with dates. This is crucial, surprisingly easy to forget in the moment.
Guilty.
We all are. Even masters need meticulous record keeping. Track batches, understand their aging process, and ensure proper consumption within safe time frames. A label should include the product name, the date it was made, and sometimes even key ingredients or a batch number if you're making variations.
Smart. Especially for those long ferments.
Exactly. Which brings us to, for fermented products, monitor fermentation diligently. This is key, much like watching over students' development. Pay attention to signs of activity, like bubbles. Note changes in smell. It should smell pleasantly sour or tangy, not off or foul. Check pH levels if you can. Ensure beneficial bacteria thrive and prevent undesirable microbial growth. And importantly, if anything looks or smells off fuzzy mold, weird colors, bad odors, it's best to err on the side of caution and discard it.
When in doubt, throw it out.
The golden rule of fermentation. And once preserved, you must store properly. Correct storage conditions: cool, dark, and dry for canned goods. Refrigerated for most ferments after they reach the desired stage. Frozen for things like fruit leathers are vital. Preservation mastery requires patience and the right environment to maintain quality, flavor, and safety over time.
Okay, one last rule.
Yes. For passing knowledge to the next generation, or simply for your own growth, document successful techniques. Keep a journal. Write down your recipes, any variations you tried, observations during the process, and the final results. Documenting your triumphs and even your minor setbacks or questions is essential for refining your skills and sharing what you've learned. Hashtag 3.3 Training Schedule Mastery, categorizing techniques.
It seems like some of these techniques, like maybe the vanilla preserves, are fairly quick wins for immediate gratification, while others, like that amazing vinegar, require a much longer commitment and a lot more patience. How do we categorize them, maybe in terms of a training schedule for someone aiming for mastery?
That's a great way to think about it. The path to mastery isn't linear. Different techniques require different time commitments and build progressively on various skills. We can definitely categorize them into roughly 4 levels. First, you have your quick techniques. Things like simple compotes, basic infused syrups like the maple one maybe, or fresh fruit sauces. These can often be ready in 1-2 hours for immediate satisfaction. They're perfect for building foundational skills like gentle cooking, basic flavor balancing, and understanding how fruit breaks down with heat. They provide instant gratification and really boost your confidence.
Okay, starting simple. What's next?
Then you move to intermediate skills. This would include things like jams, most chutneys, or maybe some of the reductions. These typically require 2-4 hours of focused practice. Here, you'll deepen your understanding of things like pectin setting points, achieving flavor concentration through reduction, and more complex ingredient integration. You learn to manage heat more precisely and achieve specific textures.
Building on the basics.
Exactly. Beyond that, we have advanced methods. This is where techniques like our fermentations, the kimchi, the shrub, or the confit would fall. These demand patience but reward you with unparalleled results and complex, multidimensional flavors. These techniques might involve several days or even weeks of active preparation and monitoring. They teach you about microbial activity, oil infusion techniques, and long-term flavor development. They truly deepen your understanding of food transformation.
And for those seeking true grand mastery, the final level.
Right. For master-level techniques like our Boysenberry basil vinegar or other long-aged preserves, these require seasonal commitment and the longest waiting periods, sometimes weeks or even months of aging. They teach you profound patience, the nuances of slow flavor development, and the intricate dance of microorganisms. Ultimately, these techniques create legendary results that demonstrate true dedication, foresight, and a deep understanding of preservation science. Hashtag 3.4 Resource Management Wisdom.
So, as we embark on this culinary quest, potentially tackling techniques from all these levels, how can we approach this intelligently? In terms of resource management, getting the most out of our ingredients, our time, and maybe our equipment investment.
That's a very practical and important point. Smart resource management greatly enhances your preservation journey, making it both more effective and more rewarding. First, perhaps most importantly, always try to buy boysenberries in season.
Right, when they're at their best and cheapest.
Exactly. This is critical because berries are at their peak flavor, peak nutritional value, and often at their most affordable during their natural harvest window, which is usually quite short for boysenberries. Preserving them then ensures you capture that peak flavor for year-round training and enjoyment, making all your efforts truly worthwhile.
Makes sense. And for the other ingredients needed for these diverse recipes, some sounded quite exotic.
Some did, but you'll also find that many of these techniques leverage common ingredients. Everyday vegetables like daikon and napa cabbage, pantry staples like sugar, salt, vinegar, basic spices, these are often all you need. This makes many of these methods accessible and economical, allowing you to experiment widely without requiring highly specialized or expensive components for every single recipe.
Good to know.
Regarding equipment, investment in precision fermentation equipment, those jars with airlocks we mentioned, maybe some pH strips is a worthwhile step if you plan to explore that area. It unlocks the ability to perform advanced preservation jujutsu, like fermenting vegetables safely or crafting complex drinking vinegars. While there's an initial cost, this equipment is reusable and opens up a whole new world of flavors and preservation methods.
Okay, consider it an investment in mastery. And finally, what's the ultimate value proposition for all this effort? Why go through the trouble of making 22 kinds of boysenberry preserves?
Well, the value of homemade cannot be overstated. Homemade preserves almost always cost significantly less than their store-bought counterparts, especially when you get into unique or gourmet flavors like these. But beyond cost, they provide superior flavor training. You control the quality of the ingredients, the sugar content, the balance of flavors. You fine-tune it to exactly what you like.
Total control.
Total control. And, maybe more importantly, making your own preserves cultivates a deeper, more personal connection to your food. You understand its journey from the farm or the market into that jar. And that connection, that understanding, is incredibly rewarding in itself. Hashtag outro.
What an incredible journey we've had today. Seriously, 22 techniques. We've journeyed from the boysenberry's intriguing, complex genetic makeup and its dramatic history of cultivation, the near disappearance, the comeback, all the way through these distinct and really detailed preservation techniques. From ancient fermentations like kimchi and vinegar to modern flavor fusions like the tahini butter or the coffee reduction. From delicate jellies to robust chutneys. You now have a truly comprehensive guide to transform this delicate fruit into remarkable culinary creations.
This deep dive wasn't just about learning recipes, though. It was about gaining knowledge quickly but thoroughly, finding those aha moments, like realizing why roasting the daikon matters or why adding shiso late is key, and discovering how a single fruit can be a canvas for endless creativity and culinary science.
Yeah.
As the Shrimp Boat Spread M reminds us, every homemade fruit spread is like a passport to a world where every fruit is a portal to flavor ecstasy. You've just unlocked that portal for the boysenberry,
Yeah.
ready to explore its full potential in your own kitchen.
You now understand the science behind why these things work, the history that makes the boysenberry special, and the art involved in preserving it.
Yeah.
You've seen how precise culinary techniques can transform a fragile fruit into this treasure trove of flavors. So, considering the unlikely alliances like boysenberry and daikon, or the fusion techniques like coffee or tahini, what unexpected flavor combination or preservation method might you listening right now experiment with next? How will you use this newly acquired preservation mastery to surprise and delight in your own kitchen? The journey of 1,000 preserves truly begins with a single boysenberry.
Nicely put.
And your culinary adventure is just getting started.